I'd like to talk to you about current events from my viewpoint. This is number three. Now, this is my opinion, of course. I think it's interesting that Israel, the people of Israel, who first conquered the land that they live in now in over 1000 BC, that they were, and of course, the people they conquered it from are all gone now. The Canaanites don't exist anymore. They are gone. They simply don't exist. Arabs are not Canaanites. So Arabs are Arabs. So the Israelites, that was their ancestral homeland. Um, the area of the ancient Near East, and it's called Palestine, but not because it was not called Palestine then. That was a name given to it, referring to the Philistines to insult Israel, the Jews, by the Romans. So we call it Palestine. That's unfortunate, but that's what's commonly understood. It's like we commonly called Native Americans Indians. I mean, it's just something that's had been accepted by usage by many people, not everyone, of course. There's a lot of people who don't like that. So, but Israel is. It's amazing to me that um, the left, communist, Marxist, Maoist, Leninist, whatever you want to call them, Marxist, Leninist, they hate Israel. They are opposed to Israel. They want Israel to be destroyed, dismantled, um, and that's their goal. And they state that. They say that all the time. So I'm not just putting words in their mouth, as you all know this. What's really amazing is you go, well, why? Because Israel is probably the first, maybe the only ancient peoples that have regained their ancestral homeland. I mean, the that area endured conquest by the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the ancient Hellenic Greeks, Alexander the Great. Then you had the Persians. You had those before that. You had the Roman Empire. You had the Persians again, and then you had the Arab conquest, and yes, they were conquerors. Um, and then you had the Ottoman Turks, and then you had the British, and then finally they got their ancestral homeland back. So you would think the Marxists would view that as a positive thing, that the Jews had thrown out the colonizers and were now, in their ancestral homeland, and that would be a good thing based on Marxist ideology. So why do they hate Israel? Well, because, and they say this, they state this, Israel is a bastion of Western democracy in the Middle East. They hate Israel, and they will call Israel colonizers, but they hate Israel because they hate capitalism. And I've heard several people say that if we can destroy Israel, we'll have made a strong assault on Western capitalism and Western democracies, and that's what their goal is. And they're, just watch what they say. Just read what they say. So it's very, on the one hand, you're kind of surprised. Why aren't they supporting Israel as being an ancient people that reclaimed their ancient land, ancestral homelands? But then on the other side, you see, because Israel is a capitalist Western democracy, and that has to be eliminated, especially in that area. And so that's why you can have the leftists, the communist thinkers, allied with Muslims, Islamic people, and totally because they're in agreement. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. They're in agreement to destroy Israel. Certainly not every Muslim is in agreement to destroy Israel, but the ones that are, I'm talking about. So it's just an interesting thing about Israel, I think. On the one hand, you'd think it would be the darling of the Marxists, and on the other, because listen, they support homosexuality, they support the trans movement. They're very leftist, but it is a democracy, a Western democracy. So once again, you would think they would be the darling of the Marxists, but they're not. They're hated. They're hated. And of course, we know, if you're a Christian, we know that the devil hates the Jews and wants to do anything he can to destroy them. So anyway, I just thought it was interesting, and I hope that it will give you something to think about. And certainly feel free to make comments. You may think I'm nuts. You may not agree with me at all, but feel free to make comments. It's just my opinion, and I'd like to see what yours is. Thank you.